Hare Krishna. We will proceed on our journey with 41st verse of 3rd chapter from Bhagavad Gita as it is. The Sanskrit verse is as follows. Tasmatvam indriyanado niyamya bharatarishabha papmanam prajayenam jnana vijnana nashanam. The English translation is as follows. Therefore, O Arjuna, best of the Bharatas, in the very beginning curb this great symbol of sin, lust, by regulating the senses, and slay this destroyer of knowledge and self-realization. Suppose a country has a hostile neighbor who is constantly trying to infiltrate into its territory. If the boundary between the two countries is not defined, the defending country's task would become extremely difficult. We may face similar difficulties with regards to our own behavior. Worldly temptations are constantly trying to infiltrate into our consciousness and impel us to indulge indiscriminately. When indulging in temptation, we all have a general sense of what is acceptable and what is unacceptable. However, if the boundary between them is hazy, we might let an indulgence slide into the unacceptable zone without even realizing what is happening. Consider drinking, for example. Suppose a college student considers drinking acceptable, but getting drunk unacceptable. How would they know when their drinking degenerates from occasional casual indulgence to compulsive destructive indulgence? Such degeneration is almost impossible to recognize in the moment when one is being tempted. Think about sexual indulgence for a moment. Cultural married individuals often view a full-blown extramarital affair as unacceptable. Yet they might perceive harmless flirting as just playful fun. But when does that flirtation crosses the line, perhaps becoming irresistible or even irreversibly significant? After all, discerning a boundary breach isn't straightforward if the boundary itself hasn't been clearly defined beforehand. Clearly defining boundaries is especially necessary nowadays because violating many traditional boundaries has been normalized and even glamorized. When Bhagavad Gita states that regulating self-destructive desires needs to begin with regulating our senses, which essentially means defining and defending boundaries. By studying the Gita with its living teachers, we can remember the importance of boundaries, define boundaries appropriately according to our particular situation, and then defend them vigorously. We will discuss the 42nd shlok in the next episode. Till then, Hare Krishna.